All right, we're going to do notations next. So this goes with our functions and relations. Notations can be frustrating, I think, at times. So this time we're going to kind of turn it a little bit more into a tree diagram, I would say. There are three kinds that you're going to be seeing us use this year, or really again, because you've probably seen several of them. The first one is called set builder notation. So there's my set builder. Then I'm going to use an inequality notation. And this is kind of the simplest one, so you're not going to see it as much, though you may say describe it as an inequality. And then our last one we're going to be looking at is called interval notation. All right, so those are our three. So set builder, what does this guy look like? So you may see something like, maybe that's time in seconds. I don't know what we're using it for. And I use set builder notation as my ugly squiggle bracket, and it will be the ugliest thing you see me draw easily. So I'm going to start with a squiggle bracket. I'm going to use a variable, and in this case I'm going to use x. I'm going to draw a bar. This bar represents the phrase such that, such that, I don't want to say it wrong, okay, and then I'm going to give some sort of restriction here, and it could really be anything, so maybe I'm going to say x is less than 6, and then I'm going to close off my squiggle brackets. So this is set builder. When I start and end with a squiggle bracket. I tell you my variable such that, and then I put something in there. X is a multiple of 2. I could have a number less than or equal to x less than 6. All right. So there's a lot of different things I can put in there. Inequalities. Okay. So let's say I was using this graph, and I'm going to use this graph for both these situations right here. All right, so let's say I have, here's my 0, and I'm going to put something at 2. I'm going to put a closed circle, and I'm going to use my marker, so I feel like you guys can see it better. I'll use a yellow one. It may turn out ugly over the black line. Okay, so if I'm writing this as an inequality, this would be, because this is a 2, x is greater than or equal to 2. Okay? If I'm doing it in interval notation, because that's a solid circle, I'm going to use a square bracket, 2, and I'm starting at 2 and I'm going forever. So this is my infinity symbol. It's an 8 on the side. All right, so that's interval. This is inequality. Let's try another one. All right, so here's my 0 again. And maybe this time I'm going to come from this direction. I'll have -2 this way. I have that. All right, so what's happening to my x? It's going less than. It is solid 2. If I'm writing this as an interval notation, on my left side is going to be negative infinity. And I'm going to finish at a -2 solid circle. Something to keep in mind, you'll see me write a negative infinity here. I do not put a plus up here. I'm not going to be redundant. We're going to assume it's positive unless otherwise said. What if we were to pick something like this? And here's my 0, and I'm going to say -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Glad I guessed that one. 1, 2, 3. Here's my 3. I'll do an open circle and a closed circle. And I'm going to connect those right there. All right. So now, what I want to do is I'm going to come back over to inequality. I'm on the left side. I'm at a -5. It is an open circle. Oops. But I'm not going left. I'm going right. So let me mark that guy out. I'm going greater than. X. And I already know I've messed this up. So let me look again. Yes, I'm sorry. I guess it's too late in the afternoon. All right. I want to pick a number in here. So I start with my -5, less than x, close circle, less than or equal to 3. All right, so what just happened here? I'm going to, again, you may want to use some whiteout if that's going to bother you. I'm telling you to pick a number anywhere between -5 and 3 that's going to meet this criteria. So if I pick 0, -5 is less than 0, which is less than or equal to 3. Perfect. If I pick -6, -5 is less than -6. No, that's not a true statement. It is out of my inequality. If I'm writing this as interval notation, this is an open circle. And then I'm going to go to 3 and have that be a square bracket. So be patient as you're working through these different notations. It will take you a little bit of time, but we will definitely have lots of practice during the year. Good luck.